meg.tv, bro, because that's where it's at, yo.
That's where it's at, yo.
Yo, that's where it's at. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Les Garner, artist extraordinaire.
Howdy, folks. I'm back for another week. So here we are working on a little something new that if I show too much of it, I'll probably get yelled at by the publisher on it, which is kind of the way on a lot of this stuff. So I am going to cover up a lot of that and focus on doing page layout. So I do a lot of page layouts on here because page layouts are a really big part of things. So what we got going on right now, I've got, I'm on page 25 of this book. Let's see, 4 panels. Let's see, the first panel is just a couple of birds flying overhead. One's a raven, and the other is it kills me, the names of these, but there is a bird called a titmouse. And so I'm in Clip Studio, and I'm going to be sitting here working on choosing my panel layouts for this. So this is going to be a 4-panel page. So the first panel is going to have these birds flying around up in the sky. So there's a raven and a titmouse. So I'm just going to kind of give
The
myself
story of the titmouse and the raven.
I'm going to give myself a little reference here. We're just throwing this raven's wings in here. Raven's a nice easy bird to draw because it's all black. So I have that flying around up there. It's doing its thing, and then into the scene will come the little titmouse. Titmouse is a funny little bird. They're fat, little fat things. It's like if my beagle were a bird, he'd be a titmouse. So
You're gonna piss your beagle off with that shit, dude. Listen.
That's, Mr. Pinkman doesn't get mad. Mr. Pinkman just eats and plays. He's got the easiest life of any creature on the planet, man. That fat little dog, man, he just trots around the farm, gets his pets, rolls over, wiggles his little butt in the grass.
Yeah,
It's his whole deal. It's just the funniest little thing. Literally, he spends probably a third of his day sleeping, a third of his day wiggling his back in the grass, and a third of his day trying to eat. He would eat all day if we let him. So let's see. Do I want to do a tall panel with this? And I think I'm just going to do this up here at the top and leave this page very open because it's kind of an aftermath sort of moment from a big battle in the story. I'll have some moonlight going on up there. I've got this way that I like rendering clouds, so I can just give myself some mental notes here on that. And then we'll do these little squiggles that are basically just me denoting tree cover. And then, let's see, we've got 3 more panels to do. Do I want to do tall panels or wide panels? Let's go consult the script. Panel 2 is a close-up of this Cherokee Indian who's like one of the dads in the story. Panel 3 is remaining Cherokee warrior shooting at the bad guy. And panel 4 is going to be the bad guy tearing that warrior apart. Oh, yeah, it's just this character. She just mows through these guys. It's brutal.
Cool.
So let's do. I'm going to go with a 3-panel layout here. It's going to go across here. About there. Nah, let's go all the way with it. Boom. Boom. And then it's one of the things I love about Clip Studio is the whole paneling system, paneling tools. So once I've drawn a panel there, it has these context sensitive tool menus that come up. These are all the things that you can do with whatever's selected. So this is the panel divider. So I will, let's see, let's do here and then here. Then something really kind of nifty, your selector tool here, I can tell this to keep the gutters aligned. And so if I change this, see how it's changing that other panel next to it? Excuse me. So that allows me to play around with my layouts very easily. Pardon me. Let's set this layer to grayscale and not for the blue. All right, next panel 2 is a close-up of this guy. So I'm just going to doodle in this close-up. It's going to be him looking up. And this is the part where I probably am going to get a little quiet for a minute while I'm working this out.
It's the sound of concentration.
Pretty much. So this is just going to be done kind of roughly. Because that's how I roll. Let's see. Okay. It's got shirt going on here. Then there's a strap going across. Another strap coming across here. He's got some little tassel thingies. And not bad. That'll hold me over for now. I'll refine the crap out of that later. Let's make that a little bigger. There we go. So let's see. Did I see? I thought I heard something come through from somebody here. No. Good. Good. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. All right, what do we got in panel number 2? Let's see, that's one we just did. We're on panel number 3 now. So remaining warrior. Let's see. See me firing his bow, shooting a bow and arrow at this villain. And let's turn that there. Now then, what kind of an angle do I want to do this from? Let's see. So there. Swinging kind of wild here for the moment. It's funny that this came through because I was just looking at an old copy of Turok the other day. It's a good book.
I have some of those. Rock comics.
I really liked the Bart Sears run on Turok back in the 90s.
Whoa, we just got a raid over there on Pilled from Neo. What's up, Neo? Thank you. This is Les Garner's Comic Artist Hour that we're watching right now. And Les is one of them premier guys. I don't know if you know, I don't know how well your fans over there know people like Bernie Wright and people like that, but that's the level that Les draws at. We are more than honored to have him on our network and to be able to show what he does to you guys. So what's up, Smitten Kitten, Ghost Pepper, Patriot Bro, Disco, Daphne, Neo, Shackleford, Stats, Prairie Fire, DB Productions, Amy Joe Truths, Mal B, Patriot, I'm not sure what that one is. Tracy S, and for the glory of Christ and T Webs, and Mist in the Mountains. I guess that one is Insight Gino, our friend Braves Piano 29 that always has the killer sports stuff going on over there. Thank you guys for popping in and watching what we're doing. We appreciate you. For real, we appreciate you. Right, Les?
That is true.
He said, hell yeah.
Very true. That is very true. Very, very true. Let's see here now. Pull that back. It's funny. I'm trying to do this from an angle that's really quite annoying. So I'm going to hide my panel borders for a minute so I can draw through on this, and then I'll end up picking what I want and putting it inside the panel.
Now, a little backstory on Les here for those of you who don't know. Les had a stroke a while back that took away his whole left side. And he draws right-handed, but he had to do a lot of innovative things technically to be able to still draw at the level that he draws. Oh, man. Thank you for the shades, Neo. We love you. Appreciate you. Holy crap. Yeah, it's like that. You guys know what foot pedals are for guitarists. Les has foot pedals for his art to be his left hand. It's amazing and innovative, and he is just he's a solid story. I know you guys like the solid stories. I think you'd really like to interview Les and hear about the challenge and the way he fought through it. This guy was in the emergency room after having a stroke, telling the nurses not to jostle him around too much because he's trying to draw.
Oh, yeah.
that's the kind of determination and dedication he has to his work. He had a deadline. It didn't matter that he was on an emergency room gurney. All that mattered was that y'all quit bumping me. I'm trying to draw over here.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of mentality and dedication that he has to his art, and you guys would really, really like tuning into this show every week. And yes, we did move it to 1:00 p.m. Eastern, guys, because we added a new gaming stream in the morning on Wednesdays, and we wanted to give Les a little more time just to prepare his day before making him jump out here live. You know. But yeah, this is what we do. We show off awesome people's art. We hang out with cool people. We play games. We do fun stuff. That's what the madness is all about. And for some reason, I had a show. Oh, I had to produce a show Saturday night on my network, so I couldn't watch Foxhole Square Saturday. So I have to go watch the replay too. I missed that this week, and I rarely miss that show. It's my favorite pitch.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then that is probably give me what I need inside this panel. So now let's pull this back down into here. There we go.
I'm going to have to start making some kind of morning post over on Pill that tells all the shows we got going on that day for the rest, for the day with the times and stuff. Because I think some people just see Madness Comic Network and they think it's always the same thing. And oh my God, no, we have 40 different shows every week. So, I think I'm going to have to start doing a morning lineup post over on Pill so people know what we got coming in.
This is rough as hell right now, but it gets the ball going. I picked up this little trick a long time ago from studying some stuff from John Bishima. And it's I call it scribble drawing.
Right.
It's where, like, when you want to draw something, you might start with a stick figure that generally gets your positioning and stuff down. But then from there, I'll do these scribbles that kind of work out the form. So, like, if I'm thinking about the shape of, like, the arm, getting those scribbles in there like that will let me
define where you want your line to actually be.
Well, it's if you've ever looked at a topological map or topographical map, I'm thinking about what I'm drawing and basically drawing it like a topographical map.
Okay, so there's like elevation to it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, or contour.
right.
And I'm thinking about the contours on stuff, and that's really what I'm drawing.
No, like I said, like I told everybody, you are one of the best, man. You're one of the best ones in our network. I know that. Nobody disputes it, so kind of tells it all, doesn't it? Ain't not one person going, that guy's a scrub.
I appreciate it. I do.
Hey, it's not me. I'm just saying. It's like I tell people what I think. Nobody disputes it. You, Jim O'Reilly. There's a few people in our network that are just amazing. You know, there's nothing more you can say than that. You know, nobody disputes. Nobody disputes either one of those people. You know, or anybody that I put up like that. Nobody comes at me and goes, because they know it's true. You know, I mean, am I an art critic? No. Do I understand good art? Yes. It tells a story without words. There's not that many people that can do that. You know? I mean, look, there's a lot of great artists out there, and you give them a script and they will bust out some serious good shit. Okay? But how many can do a sequential art story with no dialogue and everybody that reads it understands it?
That is something that I really take very seriously, that I feel like is lacking these days. Is just not enough artists are into the sequential side of things.
Right.
I get it. I understand exactly why that's happened, and it has to do with, you know, collectors and the whole thing about collecting multiple covers.
Variant covers, yeah. It's
I mean, that's 100% why that is. A lot of people are like, well, why should I learn to do that when I can just get really good and be a cover artist?
Yeah, I can just
be
a cover.
Well, I'm like, I seriously have said this to people before. I'm like, well, why don't you just buy posters?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why even buy a damn comic book if you're not going to read it? If you're just buying it for the cover?
Yeah, just go get a print. Go get a print.
I mean, there's plenty of us out there, plenty of artists out there who will happily just sell you a print. Or
commission. So, you could even have a nice commission done. It's one of a kind of nature.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a big fan of the, oh my God, look at this variant. I do like some homage covers because they're paying tribute to somebody, right? But like when they did the Venom, all them Venomized books, all it was the character, the title character of the book, Venomized. Yeah. But it didn't have anything to do with story, and it was just dumb.
Yeah, that stuff is.
It was just trying to get you to buy a cover, and it was like, no. My son, on the other hand, a huge Venom fan, bought into that shit hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
Me, I went, I don't need all that shit. You know, it's like, it's not even the book. I had the book, the A cover, right? I had the book, the A cover on it. Because usually they give the A cover to the guy who actually did the work on the inside.
Isn't that nice of them?
You know,
it's like, hey, here, you actually drew the book. Why don't we throw you a bone?
Mm-hmm. I mean, one of my favorite books in all of Marvel is Thor 380, and Thor 380 has very, very little dialogue and a little bit of narration and a whole bunch of Thor fighting the Midgard serpent splash page after Walt Simonson's splash page. And yeah, that book tells a story without a whole lot of, you know, descriptive anything. It's like, you get it. It's Ragnarok, and Thor and the serpent are getting down, right? And that's an art book. Okay, it's splash page after splash page of Thor and the serpent getting down. Right? Yep. So that is an art book. Not a comic. I don't consider it a comic book. It's an art book in the comic canon line, right? But it was Walt outdoing himself.
Oh, I love Walt Simonson.
Yeah, it was him outdoing himself. Like you say, it was splash page after splash page. It was like just big giant images of Thor and the Midgard serpent duking it out. It's like this story doesn't need words, right?
That's fun stuff. It's fun when you can do that, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, and people get it, right? People get it. The story's already been written. How well can you draw it? Because the story was written a long time ago.
Pretty much.
Yep. How well can you draw it? That's the whole thing. And the more people like you who can tell a sequential story that doesn't need tons of dialogue or narration, those are the true artists, you know.
I appreciate that. That's always been, you know, the big thing for me is like I didn't get into drawing comic books because I wanted to do pinups. I got into comics because I love comics and I love storytelling. I mean, that's why so much of my work is actually stories that I've written. Because, you know, it's like if you're into the storytelling, then, well, there you go. You probably got stories you want to tell.
That's how it usually works.
Pretty much.
Have you ever been to a Renaissance fair?
Oh, yeah.
I went to a Renaissance fair once, dressed up as an old wizard, and sat around telling stories. The parents that had kids there, and there are parents that take their kids to Renaissance festivals, they'd bring all their kids and they'd sit them on the ground around me while I was telling stories. And they go run around and do what they wanted to do that they couldn't do with kids around, right?
Oh, that's cool, man.
And it's like, I just sit there and tell, like, you know, like condensed versions of different books I read and shit, you know.
Yeah.
And a little bit of flash powder and some glitter. Poof, you know, it's like flash paper and glitter makes a real nice poof, and then glitter flies out. You know, I did little dumb shit like that and kept them kids entertained all day. And then parents would come give me money at the end of the day. It's like, man, I had so much stuff I wanted to do. Thanks, man. My kids had such a good time sitting here listening to you. I'm like, okay. I was just playing a character, right? I was just playing a character at the Renaissance. I didn't realize I was going to be everybody's babysitter and get paid for it. You know, but it was pretty cool. Funny. It's kind of how it turned out. I was like everybody's babysitter, you know, and they all compensated me well for the. I was pretty freaked out when I left there. Actually, I went back the next day. Hadn't planned on it. Went back the next day because I got paid so well the first day.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I kind of do that about once a month with the charity with the Dice Alliance, where I run a D&D game for the kids once a month, and it's literally the highlight of my month. Like I straight up, I won't schedule a show appearance or an in-store or anything like that. I try not to schedule anything that would conflict with the time that I have with these kids because it's just too. Now, see,
that should be a network show, Les. That should be a live.
I'd think about it, man. That'd be fun.
You take a cameraman with you. That's all you got to do. Just take a cameraman with you and film it.
Well, in the charity, we've talked about doing a podcast or a live stream of some of the stuff. So, you know, we'd have to get approval from the kids' parents and things like that.
You are more than welcome to do anything you want up on here. You know that.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So here I want my layout to continue on through this way. Sometimes I'll do these gesture lines
Right.
that sort of get my brain thinking about where I want my composition to flow to. Because here we've got the guy looking, and then the thrust of the dude drawing back the arrow leads you onto the villain in the distance, and then this last panel is her launching forward and literally slicing this guy in half. It's like, well, he's dead now. Pretty much everybody she comes into contact with, it's like, oh look, she just met. Oh, they're dead. Oh, they're dead. I mean, like, I don't know what the body count is on this thing. I think right now it's probably about as many bodies as there are pages in the book. I mean, it's brutal.
We're dropping a thug a page.
Pretty much. So here.
That is awesome. We just did a character creation stream for a new D&D game that we're streaming on Wednesday before this show, right? And
Gotcha.
I created a rogue. I've never played a rogue before. I want to play a rogue, right? So I created a rogue, and I'm like, okay, now what am I going to name my rogue? Because I like creative names. You know, obviously.
I got you.
You know. So I came up with first name Annex, because rogues like to take things from people and keep them themselves, right? So, and last name DeGoods. Annex DeGoods.
Jeez.
Annex DeGoods is the name of my rogue. You'll see him every Wednesday morning on the NEM gaming stream right here on the network. Yeah, we created characters this morning. Max DeVille's playing. Dustin from Geekmen and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds is playing. We might have Johnny from Atrocity Comics up in here. But anybody that wants to play in a D&D game on Wednesday morning, be part of the Madness live stream, part of what we're doing, all you got to do is hit me up, man. We'll get you a character created. We're starting the game next Wednesday. This week is character creation for anybody who wants to play. So, you know, if you like to spend a little time not working every now and then, come on, play a game with us on the Madness. We have 3 or 4 different ones to choose from. So.
Time without work? What's that?
And then, if game streams aren't quite your thing, the kind that we have, but you like the old time, you know, like game show type stuff, you tune in on Saturday night at 10 o'clock on Coffee Talk with Sandra on pill.net and catch you some Foxhole Squares. It's old school Hollywood squares with new school contestants and guests. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. We have a good time over there. I've been a guest on the show a couple times. I was a square. It was hip to be square for a minute, you know.
All right, so here's the top half of this guy's body. Just kind of shove some
Can you blow that up for us a little bit?
Let's see here. That help?
Not really. A little bit, I guess. A little bit. Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, I usually draw like down when I'm doing layouts, especially if you were to look at my screen, I'm actually doing my layouts pretty much at printed comic book size.
Right. I just got old eyes, man. Hey, can you pull that up for me so I can see it? I'm an old ass moving my eyes going.
I resemble that remark.
Yeah, I hate it, dude. I'm fucking reading glasses and shit. I never. All of a sudden, I got to put stuff on my face to see words and stuff. What is up, Dustin? Just was talking about you. Another member of the network has 3 shows that they do throughout the week. check out Geek Men and the Masters of the Thunderdome. Yeah, movie reviews, art stream, interviews. They have a show. It's Freaking Figures, where they talk about action figures, action figure design, the campaigns that are out there right now for action figures that you can buy. You know, talk about now. Dustin, you should probably talk to Les. You should have Les on one of your shows, because Les has designed tons of that kind of stuff. 3D modeling and reference, and all that.
Oh yeah, good times.
Les pretty much done it all when it comes to art, guys. So he does sculpting, all kinds of stuff.
That is actually quite true.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like not even trying to brag. It's just like, yeah, I mean,
This is a dozen ability horse. This ain't no one trick pony. I'm just saying.
So you know how there's that one horse that's only got one thing he can do, and then there's that other grizzled old horse that like looks like hell, and he kind of wobbles around a little bit, but that bastard will plow a field. You can ride him out to hunt. You could take him down and grade your driveway with him. You know, you need to take that old barn down. You hook him up, and he can pull that thing down. He'll drag the logs out of the forest. Like that old bastard just takes care of business no matter what. But boy, he looks tired. That's me. That's me. In the world of horses, I'm that horse.
Yeah.
And when he sees the old farmer coming, you can just see it on his face. He's like, here we go again. What kind of crap am I about to do today?
And I feel like one of them Pony Express horses that just runs around telling people what's up from place to place to place. Hey, you see this? Hey, did you get this news? Hey, here's some telegrams. Hey, here's some more news. We got stuff going on. Blah, blah, blah. That's how I feel. Man. I just constantly am on the Pony Express, promoting the independent shit, right? You're promoting it all, jumping from this place to that place. Hey, look out, we got games here. Hey, look out, we got a movie review over here. We're actually showing movies over here. We're having a good time. Good time. And really having a good time as well, working with Max, putting together the Roku preview channel. We've been getting that ready. It's going to go up very soon, sooner than people think. And then we go to work on building the rest of it. But we're going to get the preview channel up real soon, just so people can see how it's going to look.
Nice.
It'll be like it'll be kind of like a Netflix type thing with a featured show at the top, and then you have your movies and your different categories. And when you get the categories, then you get all the playlists for the different shows that people are doing here. And as we add content, those playlists will grow.
Excuse me.
But yeah, Roku is the plan. It has been the vision. For you people over on Pilled, y'all know Cosmic Grandpa. He is my business partner and CFO of the Madness Entertainment Group. And if you're a fan of Cos and you want to help us get this thing up, you know what to do. Drop some love on us, because, man, Cos is working hard. I'm working hard. Max is at work on the network itself. So, get behind what we're doing. We promise we're going to keep bringing you good stuff worth watching. A little bit of brightness to your day.
Let's see here now.
Well, we got somebody over there in the group just now asked, what's your most enjoyable geeky hobby outside of comics?
Oh, for me, it's well, until I had a damn stroke, it was playing guitar.
Right.
And
I wouldn't call that a geeky hobby, though.
I will be back to that. I'm a total guitar nerd, man.
I wouldn't say that's a geeky hobby, though. Only cool people play guitar.
My
I mean, there's some geeks that play guitar, but mostly cool people play guitar. Okay.
I would say my biggest geeky thing outside of comics is role playing games.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. But the problem with those is now they tie into comics so much.
Yeah, I mean it's all related.
Yeah,
I don't really have a whole lot of other stuff.
Is there a geeky hobby that's outside of entertainment? Is making like building like hot rod models and stuff? Is that geeky? Or RC cars?
I don't think so.
Or playing golf? Or I'm trying to think, because things that I love outside of comics and doing this, I don't really consider geeky.
Yeah.
Probably
the thing I love doing most outside of comics and geekdom would be hunting.
Okay, and for me, it's golf. I go out. You give me 5 hours on the golf course, and all the stress from the last 2 months will go away. Just give me 5 hours on the golf course. I can have a little communion with nature, little communion with God. Yeah, only if you wear geeky clothes, bro. Look, I didn't wear geeky clothes even Dante didn't wear geeky clothes. Look.
The Meg.TV, bro, because that's where it's at, yo. That's where it's at, yo.
Now, Mr. Fringe might have looked a little geeky, but Dante with the bandana around his neck, because you get out there and you sweat a little bit, and you want to have something you can wipe your sweat off. Okay. And for those of you who didn't notice, that was a Critical Blast ball cap and a Meg.TV shirt that Dante was wearing, because Pops made sure to send him the proper attire for the golf course. You had to represent our sponsors and ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
Well, now that I got that page, the layouts done on this, I mean, that's pretty much where I go to, and then from there, a lot of times. This one I'm doing a lot of stuff digital, so I'll end up finishing this probably digital just because of the time frame. But a lot of times I'll take something like this and I'll print this on illustration board, and then that's where I'll finish it. I'll finish it with ink on that board and get a nice original page out of it. So since I got a few minutes left, I figured I'd pop open Brides and show you guys where it's at right now. So there. Just so people know I'm not full of crap, there is 40 pages. 40 pages scrolling by.
40 pages of hot vampire chicks.
And colors are all done. And due to some scheduling conflicts, I stepped in and went ahead and did the colors myself. So, yep. This is actually turned into one kind of like Apocalypse Girl, where I pretty much did, although I didn't do the lettering. I'm not doing the lettering, thank God, because I hate lettering. But story and art's all mine.
So who's doing the lettering? Give him a little love.
Charles.
Charles, who I sent a link and it totally ignored me. Yes, Charles.
He's probably busy. And
usually he lets me know, I'm doing this, Pops, I'm doing that, but I got nothing. Like, he ain't got his StreamYard on.
He should be busy doing my lettering. That's what Charles should be doing. He should be busy.
He can be out here doing that live too. You see what I'm saying? Be part of the show.
I've got, oh my God, I have so much going on right now. So we just finished up with Brides. I just finished up the colors on it, and Charles is working on the lettering, which all of that should be done about the time the money releases from Kickstarter, and then we'll go to press. So this thing should get fulfilled super fast, and I'm very happy about that. There's actually a few pages already have lettering on them, so that's nice. Then I have, I love that page right there. Love that big 2-page spread where she's like getting the blood
wolf,
from the vampire.
I like the wolf 2-page spread. She's with her wolves. That one's badass.
Yeah, I'm real happy with that. Yep.
And no, it's not. It might look it from the, but it's not like all boobs and stuff. It's not.
It's really not.
It's not. It's just hot vampire chicks killing people.
There's my version of the man himself.
Your Dracula?
That's my Dracula. Yes.
That's your Dracula. Right.
So it's got some nods to old Gene Colan and Gene Colan, Neil Adams, Gil Kane type stuff.
Right.
The old school guys who I love. So it's a good little fight sequence. Very happy with that. I'm stupidly happy with the way this book came out. And I cannot wait to get this thing in my hands. So, it's going to be fun to have, this book now, another new book to put out on the tables at shows. So there's this, and then this thing that I was just doing the layouts to is the first issue of the newly relaunched Gasp horror anthology. So it's going to be a pretty thick book because this one story running in it. I don't know if they're breaking this story up into multiple issues or if this is all going to run inside the first issue because it's 31 page story. But Gasp did really well back in the 90s, and then they're relaunching it now, and I'm kind of excited to be in the first issue of it. So that's kind of cool. I've got 31 interior pages to do for it, and then I'm doing a cover painting for it of this villain. So that'll be fun. I've got what else coming up? I've got Charles's book because Charles, for folks who don't know, Charles also publishes comics and games, and character of his, another one from back. I'm turning into the 90s reboot guy. That's straight up. Like a stupid amount of stuff that I've got on my plate right now is people who published in the 90s who are restarting things that they had back then. So another one of these things that I'm doing is this book called Kremen. You guys, if you've ever watched the show, you've heard, if you're around Charles for more than 30 seconds, you're going to hear him mention Kremen. It's his baby. He loves this character, loves this book, and it's really an oddball character. But he's got a one shot of Kremen that I'm about to draw for him. So there's that. Then there's another book that I'm drawing for Charles that's about Elizabeth Bathory. It's another vampire book. And there is a not zero chance that it may actually get folded into the continuity of the World of Brides. But we'll see how that works out. Either way, it's going to be fun. I've already done some cover paintings for that some time back. So there's Kremen and Brides. I have 5 more issues to draw of Oz, the Nightmare in Emerald. So that's going to have me busy for a hot minute. Then I'm doing, I don't know if it's a series or I don't know if they're having me do a series or a one shot, like a 40 page or 100 page. It's either 40 or 100 as a one shot, or it's a 4 or 6 issue series for a character called Heap. That's kind of this public domain character that is what Swamp Thing and Man Thing were both ripoffs of. Like Heap came out 20 some years, maybe more than that, maybe 25, 30 years before either of those characters did. And when the publisher asked me if I would write and draw a story of Heap, I was just like, yes, because, it ain't like DC's calling me. So, and Swamp Thing's one of those characters. Swamp Thing's one of my holy grail characters to get to draw because of my love for Bernie Wrightson. And, I don't necessarily see DC calling me anytime soon. I think it's their loss. But anyway, doing the Heap is going to be a nice way to like if y'all think anything that I've done has that Bernie influence, wait till you see where I'm going with Heap. Speaking of some Bernie influence, I'll show you another page from this Gasp story. This one, just because it's very Bernie-ish. There you go.
What I'm talking about right there.
See it right up in there. There it is, up in the distance. Little titmouse. See? There's a tit. Look, it's titmouse. Mr. Pinkman just popped up here to say hello. Hello, little dog. You stink. You've been rolling in the woods with the skunks. My dogs, I swear, they have like a little war going on with, I think, a family of skunks out back. So we're constantly having to bathe these damn dogs because they come back to the house just smelling like death.
Dude. You got to go make sure there's not something dead out there that they're rolling in, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sick.
I'm sure if there's anything dead. I mean, it's out in the woods, dude. There's no way to make sure of that. They have the run of 100 acres.
Yeah, we got that problem too. Our dogs come back smelling shitty. Like especially here where they have that stupid deer disease. You smell something funky, you got to go look for it to get rid of it, dude, because it just kills so many other things.
Hey, Pinkman. What's up, fat boy? Hey, fat boy. Come here. I love it. He'll be looking at me. He'll just be looking at me like super intent. And I'll just look down like, hey, Pinkman. Pinkman, you're fat.
Does he give you a dirty look after you say that?
He's like, so?
See, because like Rocky, ever since he got fixed, he's been putting on weight. And I've been teasing him, So you're not a coyote anymore. You're turning into a wolf now, aren't you?
Pinkman's
he was a skinny ass fucking husky, He's skinny. He just wasn't thick at all. It's like, no, he's getting thick.
Pinkman's basically a pillow with feet. Little floppy-eared beagle. But I mean, he's rolly. I mean, he's mobile. He's active. When he sees a rabbit, it's all over. He gets outside and he'll see. We've got a lot of rabbits out here, and he'll see a rabbit, and he is like 3 acres away before you realize he even took off.
Sounds about right.
So, yeah, that's probably what he's thinking about right now. I think he pretty much just lays around dreaming of either eating or hunting. That's what he wants to do, is hunting rabbits.
Hunting for sure.
Hunting
rabbits. You can tell when Rocky's dreaming, he's chasing rabbits, and all 4 feet are just twitching. He's running. He's after something.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, my friend, it's about that time. Thank you again for an
It's been a good day.
Amazing little lesson in amazing art. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is what we do. Let's see. Who can we send a raid to? See, Grumpy's up there live over there. Who else? Johnny Dangerously. Somebody over there in the pill chat, tell me who should we raid. Give me a suggestion. First suggestion wins. Somebody tell me. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? That's what we need right now. And then we're going to be out of here. Let's see. What do we got later today? We got first impressions. We got Silverline. Might be some late at night. I don't know. We got so much going on. It's crazy.
Well,
It's
tomorrow,
just crazy.
tomorrow I will be heading over to Metropolis, Illinois, right across the river from us here, and setting up for the Superman celebration. So I'm one of the guest artists in the big artist and writers section that they've got there. So that'll be fun. And
You must be like damn near due south of me.
think so. Just
Like,
a
are you
straight.
like right below Indiana?
No, I'm right below Illinois.
See, how can you be west of me? I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm less than an hour from the Mississippi River.
Let me see here. I gotta look at this.
Yep.
Okay, I'm in southwest Michigan, and you are in far western Kentucky.
I am in the. If you think of the shape of Kentucky like being a
You're
piece
in the
of
toe.
semen,
Yeah,
Kentucky
you're in
is
the
like
toe.
like a semen, and I'm in the tail. I'm at the very tip of
Now,
the semen
see,
tail of
This
Kentucky.
tells you this tells me how much differently we see things. I see Kentucky as a beat up old shoe, and you live in the toe.
No. It's a giant sperm, and I'm at the tip of the tail. Yeah,
You're the last one to get there, hoping.
pretty much. Yeah.
All right, there you have it, people. I didn't get no suggestions over there. I got 10 people watching on Pilled and not one suggestion for where to raid. I guess we're going to go to Grumpy Fucker then. Oh, no, I see Leanna's vote. Okay, we're going to Leanna.
I'm just
Leanna.
posting a little thing on the screen there from the chat to say thank you very much.
Yes. I'll tell you what, we'll be back later tonight with some music. We'll be back later tonight with some art. And gaming tomorrow morning, it's the same schedule every week. We got stuff for you. Keep coming around. We'll keep trying to entertain. Thanks, everybody.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
Created to be the bride of Frankenstein, a patchwork woman built from flesh, haunted by her impulsive nature, starving for something more, suffering from the aftermath of her uncontrollable impulses. She believed becoming a vampire would make her whole, and in the darkness of the deep Carpathian night, the brides were waiting. Brides is a gothic horror graphic novella, a story of bloody ambitions, broken bodies, and a woman who dares to remake herself. 40 pages of handcrafted art and sorrow, expanded to 64 with your help, variant covers, sculpted collectibles, and one beautiful